Moms are hardcore.
Hello and welcome to Moms of Flavortown. I am Rachel.
I'm Debbie.
And today we have a very exciting guest on the podcast, truly a dream. You might know her as the Top Chef Season 7 fan favorite and from Top Chef All-Star Season 8. She was one of the titans on Bobby's Triple Threat, as well as a boot camp coach on Worst Cooks in America. She currently makes home cooks' dreams come true on MasterChef. She was recently married. Please welcome to the pod, Tiffany Derry.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for having me, y'all.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for joining us. This is such a dream.
There was one time years ago when after TOC, like we tagged you in a post and you commented on our Instagram, like, I'll give you all the tea. And then we never talked to you since then. And we are like, it's been years in the making and this is our dream come true. So thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks.
So we're just going to ask you some questions about, your career in food. And can we start simply with what are your earliest food memories as a kid?
Yeah. So I have a really large family. My mom it's 11 of them total. And so my grandmother was a very exceptional cook. Let me just say that. So most of our meals were from the house. And it typically involved 50 people getting together just because it's just what we did. We always got together. Like you saw your cousins every day after school. Like it was never a separation. And so I just feel like it was like gumbo. And we would have gumbo as a family. We would always stretch food with rice. Like every meal involved rice. And I just loved sitting down, eating, and gumbo and crawfish are two memories that are like ingrained in me and instantly makes me think of my family.
Oh. Are you, let me ask you real quick, are you still a rice fan? Like, is that your preferred starch or are you?
I'm a rice every day. We were talking, like we had this conversation and my now husband is not as much a rice person as me.
Oh no.
And so he's like, are we going to have rice with every meal? And I'm like, we've been together for 8 years. Are you kidding me right now? Yes, we are. And it shows up for breakfast.
Oh, all right.
It shows up for lunch because we all just need a little bit, dinner, and sometimes even dessert. So it just depends.
We had the same question in my house because I would have pasta with every meal and my husband wants rice with every meal. So we like negotiate. We're like, okay, this is a rice meal. This is a pasta meal.
Since I'm making it, it's rice.
Right.
Debbie, are you and John rice people or?
We actually like kind of rotate all the time. We do, we don't get to cook together a lot at home, but like our kids eat rice and pasta more than anything. But yeah, I don't know. We went through a bread phase in the beginning of COVID that was like.
So did the rest of the world.
Yeah, exactly. Like we would just like make bread and eat it every meal with it. And yeah, it kind of all depends.
Oh.
I mean, rice is one of the hardest things to cook, in my opinion. I find it challenging. Do you have any good tips for making rice perfect every time, Tiffany?
Absolutely. My grandmother taught me to use my middle finger and the indentation here. It only really works for long grain rice. I'm really a jasmine girl now, but about halfway is jasmine. And I don't know how, no matter what finger, whose finger, it doesn't matter the size, the length of the finger. Like it literally still works. And it's just one of those things. You put your rice, wash, put your water in, let that water go up to that indentation and boom, bring it up to a boil, then put a lid on it. It works every time. Stir right before you put the lid on it and always salt and oil.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do that tonight, actually.
And my friends, even when we were doing competition, I remember when I was with Bobby and Triple Threat, we did a competition part where Brooke made rice in a rice cooker, and we had this conversation of like, who's going to make rice first? And I was like, you know what? I was like, I would never use that rice cooker. Like, I'm scared of the rice cooker. And she's like, what? I only make rice in the rice cooker. And it comes out perfect every time. Sure enough, the rice cooker did not work out. And we were all like, she's like, throw the rice cooker away. I'm never making rice. And so I was like, it was funny.
So when you were a kid, did you watch cooking shows? Like, did you watch Food Network?
I watched more so like Emeril Lagasse. And I feel like, you know, for me, Emeril was the guy, right? Emeril was like in front of the live audience. There was a band. He was cooking. It felt very relaxing. People in the audience can eat. He would have people up. And for me, that was great. Of course, like the Julia Childs of the world. And well, there is no other person like her. But the idea of like all of those but they came a little bit later for me. Emeril was like my first.
So did you want to be a chef, and did you want to be a TV chef like when you were young?
So I started working at IHOP when I was 15. And I remembered at about 16 enrolling in a culinary program in the high school that we did. That was like a different campus though. So like I would go to that campus a few days out of the week, and then I would go to school after that. And I knew at 16 that I wanted to be a chef. And so I walk in the class, they're like, what do you do? What do you want? I'm like, I'm going to be a chef. I'm going to own my restaurants. But a part of me also wanted to do TV. And I'll never forget, I told my grandmother, and my grandmother, who I love dearly, she's so precious. She's like, I don't want you slaving behind somebody's stove. I just think you were meant to be in front of the camera. And I was like, but I want to be a chef. And so for her, you know, she hadn't seen like the Emerald. She hadn't seen those people that were on TV and still doing really well. For her, cooking was a way to feed her family, and it wasn't fun for her, you know, to be in those hot kitchens and working extremely hard, and so she just wanted more for me. So it's just cute. But now she's happy.
Okay.
I hope so.
Yeah. It's funny that you say about IHOP, because my husband, that was his high school job, and he like cannot step into an IHOP without like having some PTSD from it.
I don't even go in. The smell gets me. It's clutter of bacon. I cannot stand the pullover and the bacon. I can't. Like, pick anywhere else. I don't want to go there. Pick anywhere else.
Are you like more of a Waffle House person than?
I am. No. How did you know?
We're amazing.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
You know, they did a Waffle House episode in this most recent season of Top Chef. There was a Waffle House.
I didn't watch it, but I do feel like I saw like a little clips of something, and I was like, look at Top Chef. That's great.
Yeah.
Wait. Did they? No, they didn't.
No. That was our discussion. No. They did Cracker Barrel. We were thinking that they should also do a Waffle House.
Someone talked about Waffle House though, because it was like and maybe it was just a clip of them talking about like Southern foods and like how, you know, different restaurants. Because I'm trying to remember what chef it was, but I haven't watched in a while. Though I always watch clips, but just to watch the whole thing, sometimes I can't do it at this moment because I start feeling.
Yeah, that was my next question. Like, do you feel like a type of way when you're?
Honestly, even right now, when I'm on MasterChef and they're doing certain things, and I just want to be like, don't do it. That's a bad idea. Or when they're switching their idea, and it's like you're going too far. Sometimes we have to pivot, but there are times when at the end you shouldn't. Stick to your plan and do it. And you can see when they're getting ready to do it. And I feel like I feel for them even stronger because I've been on that side and really understand. And so I'm like, oh no, you know, or I'll give subtle. I'm very much like my family. So my grandmother, she, again, very precious. And when she wants you to do something, she will say it in a way where it's like, do you wanna wash the dishes? It's not a question of do you want to wash the dishes. Like she's telling you to wash the dishes. So on the show, you'll see, I'll be like, do you think that's enough butter? Is that enough butter? Oh yes, that's enough butter. Do you think that's enough butter? Like, how many times I gotta say it? Like, I feel like I'm telling you it's not enough butter, and so it's like, you gotta understand my talk.
That reminds me of Tom on Top Chef is famous for walking into the kitchen and being like, oh, you're using that?
Yeah. You sure about that?
Are you sure? Yeah, you gotta be darn sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. So how did you end up on Top Chef? You wanted to be on TV. You were, I assume I know you were working as a chef. So how did that happen?
I was just working. I knew that I wanted to be, and that someday I would be, but I wasn't actively going out to be. I was actually working in my restaurant on the line, and I got a phone call. And the maitre d' comes up to me and they go, Chef, you have someone on the phone that wants to talk to you. And I'm like, I don't take phone calls while I'm working. Like, I have a dining room full of people. Like, take a message. Like, why are you telling me? And so, they go, oh, no, it's Top Chef. And I'm like, sure it is. Sure, And she's like, no, it really is. Please take the call. And so I answer, and I kind of got a little attitude because I think someone's playing a joke on me. And I'm like, hello. And they're like, hi, this is Magical Elves, the producers. And I'm like, oh, hey, and so they were like, we've heard about you. We'd love to interview you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, honestly, I don't really do drama. And then I don't really like to live with other people. And just come talk to us. It's like $125,000. Oh, well, just tell me where I gotta be. And that was kind of how it started. That was it.
And that was the DC season. Debbie and I were just looking at the poster. It's so funny. It's like they would never do that in 2026, like the poster of,
oh, it's too political.
In the White House. But you famously had a close relationship in that season with finalist Ed Cotton. That was like a big plot point. There were some romance rumors at the time.
All falsified. Yes.
If
you look at the episode, because I was like, well, what did they see? It was like a lot, they were really teasing that up. And I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? It was nothing. And it was like, well, okay, that's a bit.
Do you keep in touch with him at all still?
Not as much as I used to, but I definitely do. But we him, his fiance, we all were really close after the show. But then, time kind of goes on and you start talking to people a little less and less. Probably the closest I am is with Carla Hall, her and I. That's my girl. She'll be coming to Dallas very soon for my Chef Food and Wine Festival. And then Kenny Gilbert. You remember Kenny?
Oh, yeah.
Gilbert. Love Kenny.
Yes.
Love Kenny.
Spraga, who now lives in Dallas. Angelo Sosa, Arnold Mint. Like, those are like my village for sure. Even came to my wedding. So definitely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Kenny Gilbert was just on TOC and he, made this big run for the finals. And we wanted to ask you about him because we are huge Kenny fans.
Kenny's great. Kenny is a beast, as they say, but truly a rock. I mean, the guy is so made for competition. It's crazy that he hadn't done any in such a long time, but what he's done is open so many concepts with the restaurant group he's with. And so he's constantly creating concepts, recipes, doing. And in preparation for TOC, he basically cooked everything in the world, recorded himself, timed himself, made recipes. Like, he is such studious to almost like, what's the name? Wins all the competitions. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. Top Chef also, but did many shows. Buddha Low.
Yeah.
Buddha studies. He gets himself ready. He is like in it. And so does Kenny. My style is more like, I'm flying in day of, I'll be there to compete. And then I'm out. I haven't thought one moment about
But I think that's a good plan too, because that's like you're loose, you feel like you're not like, I don't know. I'm more of that camp because like I can't, if I study too much, I get too in my head.
I'm like, I got something to do before this and after this. What time? Where I gotta be? I'll be there.
Well, Antonia Lofaso said the way she prepared for TOC when she won was that she golfed every day. So, it's just
keep it loose. Keep it loose.
Yeah.
You mentioned Angelo Sosa. He got a big villain edit on that season, but that was not you said you're very close with him. So Yeah,
I think at the time we really didn't know Angelo, I call him Angie. And there were times where I would be like, yo, is he really getting these people off or like what's happening? Because it would be, it wasn't like just played up. It would be, he's close with someone, gave some advice, and all of a sudden they're out. But honestly, once we went into season 8, he and I became really close in season 8 because we were the only two coming from, our season going into, and we were the only two that, honestly, it was the first time that they ever did an All-Stars.
Yeah.
So it was the first time to do 2 seasons back to back. There was really no downtime. Like, it filmed within a few months. Like, it was quick. And so he and I kind of shared that together. And it was cool. It was cool. And then over the years, he's just been great. Like, honestly, he's so smart. His food flavors are incredible. And he and I connect a lot just to stay encouraged in the industry and talking about things that's happening and, where we draw our strength, our faith. And so over the years, it's been a great relationship, but we didn't know then. We had to make sure.
Yeah. It's also like, it was so, it feels like a lifetime ago. And, you're
years.
Like, that's wild. Like that, you think about how much life you live in 16 years and you're a totally different person sometimes.
100%. And most people didn't realize how young I was. I was 25.
Wow.
Wow.
I was 25.
Wow.
There was me and God dang it, can't remember names. Nisha, something. She was this is me. I'm bad with names. Like once 10 years hit.
Oh, I'm the same way.
That's not true. But sometimes it's a year. I'm like, no, but hey, I'm really good at describing, and usually it comes to people. But her and I were the same age. She was a little younger than me, but she got the role within the show of like being the younger person. So we were technically the same age. But I think just in general, I act older. So at that time, no one thought I was young anyway.
Yeah, you got the best edit for sure. We all love you since then, obviously. And also you were voted fan favorite. Were you like surprised when you got voted fan favorite, or did you see it coming?
No, I didn't know anything. In the moment, you're literally just trying to get by. I did have people come up to me, like people I filmed with, specifically like Kenny, Ed, Kevin, and they were like, honestly, you're going to probably get fan favorite. I didn't even know why they were saying it. I was just so in the moment of competing and trying to hang on for dear life and trying to think through things. And I didn't see whatever they saw in the moment. They were like, honestly, they were telling me that I'm going to do more TV. And I was like, okay, why aren't you telling yourself that? So it was just that. But even Kenny tells me to this day, he's like, I always knew that you would be the one. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Just like your grandma knew,
exactly.
Yeah. Can I ask your astrological sign?
A Capricorn.
Okay, awesome. My daughter's a Capricorn. Love Capricorns. The best.
I don't know where we're going to go with that. Tell me what I need to know. Who am I?
Rachel knows so much. Like, it's unbelievable. I'm always impressed with.
A lot of like creative geniuses are Capricorns. Like David Bowie's a Capricorn, like things like that. So it's a lot of people that are like really good at what they do and very dedicated, but also like pop off, which I'd say is like you,
Yeah.
Like you, you explode on the screen, but you also obviously are very disciplined and like really like work on what you do. So classic Capricorn.
I'm classic. I always said that I'm a classic woman, though.
Yeah. You are. I think that's part of why you got fan favorite. You have this like joyful vibe, and like Rachel's saying, like you clearly know what you're doing, and that's just so awesome to see people, women especially on TV, like portrayed in that way, and not just like villains or whatever.
But I feel like, so I grew up in the church, and my dad, actually my grandfather was a pastor. My dad was a pastor. And so I grew up in like where you had to know that you were always being watched. Like it didn't matter where I was. Like it was going to get back to my parents on how I behaved and what I did. And there was either one or two ways. Now my little brother, he just don't care about nothing. He's gonna do what he want to do, how they want to do it. He been cussed everybody out, blah blah blah. Like that's just always been who he is. But for me, it was like, one, I have responsibilities, within the family to do certain things, and I feel like it also kind of prepared me, because you would be in the back of the church and playing around doing something, and my mom would be like, Tiffany, come and do benediction, like something, and I have to come up and say a prayer after I just finished. She saw me doing something, and so I think I was always like kind of put in a situation where it was always going to work out for me. Between my athletes that I deal with most of the time, I play volleyball, basketball, soccer, track, and golf, and I did a lot of like sports, but then I did a lot of like band. And so I had that going on. Plus,
what was your instrument?
I played saxophone.
Wow.
I played saxophone for 5 years. Yeah.
Wow.
My dad is saxophonist. So he's played, he played since he was like 10 years old and still was playing. Yeah. Recorded music, went on the road. Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, saxophone is the coolest instrument for sure.
Don't you know?
Yeah. And like one of the most, reed instruments are so crazy difficult. Like you have to have such a great, like insane brain.
And then it's like, whether it's the alto, whether it's soprano, whether it's the tenor sax. So like, all of them create such different sounds, and it's what you can do with your breathing and how you make it work. And I think, all of those are very creative. And so you just learn. So I feel like me growing up with starting with, I used to do a lot of acting when I was young, like under 12. Okay. And then, so that was that, the church bringing, then all of the sports being very competitive. Also, moving on to food. And it was like all of that ended up working out together, even though it felt like when I was young, I didn't know what I wanted to do, because I quit, acting. Then sports, then I stopped doing that. Now I want to do food,
Yeah.
So it all actually played out very well. It made me great for a competition. And I had enough discipline to understand what needed to be done, and understanding that you have to sacrifice in order to get to that goal. And so it all worked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do to relax, though?
Yeah.
You do so much. It sounds like you do so much. Like, what do you do on your downtime? How do you?
I do.
Do you relax? Because I know some people who don't.
Okay. So, you know what? I've never actually shared this. So. I have an obsession, and it is, I love like Korean Chinese movie shows. So like, I love, like, I will give up sleep. And the episodes, it'd be like 40 episodes, and I'm trying to get to all 40. And so for me, what has really helped is, one, I can't do anything else while I'm doing it. So I can't be working on my computer. I can't be on my phone because I'm reading.
Right.
And I can't think about anything else. And I just love the romance, the fighting. Like, I love a good, kung fu, karate. I love like a little bit of fiction. And I love so much about so many of these movies. And so I will watch for hours.
Wow.
Everyone will be asleep in the house and I'm still watching. And I know I have to get up at 5:30 and I'm still watching at 2 a.m.
Tiffany, we got to introduce you to Rachel's dad.
Oh, my dad is obsessed with K-dramas. Did you watch that one where it's like the person parachutes into North Korea? What's it called? Okay, well, anyway.
Because I'm very specific. No. So I need a time period of like But I didn't know I have an aunt who loves him. She came to the house the other day. We named like 20 shows we both have watched, but she ventures out a little bit. She's probably seen that one. I need I need to.
Okay.
And I want because almost all of them incorporate food. And food is such a big part of it, where like in the show, there's always like noodles or dumplings or some specific, proteins they're working with that you don't see a whole lot. I mean, it's just always about food, and I love it.
My dad's always talking about that. There's one he loves called Hotel Del Luna. Have you seen that one?
Because I'm sure it's not old enough for me. I got older. You got to bring me to the Imperial Castle.
Yeah.
This one is spanning history. It's like she's old, but she's in modern day. But anyway, so he's always like, Rachel, you got to watch. They're obsessed with food, is what he's always saying to me.
Honestly, Rachel, don't start. You may I just got my girlfriend on it, and she is watching every night. She's not as obsessed as me, but I have that thing where if I like something, I really like something, and I'm gonna have it over and over, and so. That's just a trait. I'm ready.
Did you get into them because you lived in Asia for a little bit, right?
No, just like I go for periods. I may go for a month or two. Live.
Because you learned how to do a lot of South Asian cooking, right? Is what we always hear about you. So have you done like a stage in South Korea?
I've never been to Korea. So I've done like Thailand 6 times. I've done China. I've done Vietnam. I've done many, but India. But like when I go, I typically don't end up in a restaurant in the sense of like restaurants how we have, but maybe like a stand that is a restaurant, which is how a lot of the restaurants are. And then I typically will work with like someone's nona, mom, grandma, and I'll do like recipe development with them so that I can understand not just like the food, but the culture and like ingredients, because the ingredients is what makes it. Like if you just throw in the recipe together, you don't understand the sweet, the salty, the sour, the bitter, the umami, and like understanding that you can do anything. You can create recipes or you can, take the traditional ones, but then you're not just copycatting, you're actually understanding them. And so I think that's the difference.
That's amazing.
We got to get you. So Ed Lee should take you to Korea.
I'm ready to do all my facial treatments.
Okay, well, let me be the bad cop and get us back on the questions for a minute.
Absolutely, because we're just having a conversation.
Yeah, that's my role. Is I am the taskmaster and Debbie is the fun one. Okay, so Top Chef season 8 All Stars. That season was stacked. We had you, of course, Richard Blais, Antonio Lafaso, Dale Talde, Carla Hall, Marcel, Tiffany Faison, among others. These are all household names in Top Chef universe. That was a huge season. Would that season like open, and you made it to the finals. Did that season like open major doors for you, being with all those people and making it so far?
I mean, I guess it did. I really didn't see it. I was on All Stars while season 7 was airing on TV.
Wild.
So, like, I never really felt what season 7 brought, everyone else had been years and knew exactly. I didn't know what I was going to get out of it. I didn't talk to people before I went on the show who had done anything like that. And so all of it was brand new for me. I was a fan of everyone that was on the show. Carla and I ended up being roommates, and I was like, I love her, and so next thing you know, we're braiding each other hair. So like that was like how it became, and you got to know them in a real way when you live in a house with someone. And you got to see personalities that were different in how people handle stress, how they handle being away from their families, how some of them was excited to be away. And you just got a chance to see so much, and you walk away stronger for sure. You walk away with friendships that have stood the test of time, but also you learn so much from everyone, like their cooking styles. For me, I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking at what you're cooking. I'm looking at how you're doing it. I'm cooking my food, but I'm watching everything.
Yeah, that's a good way to play.
And then you and Richard Blais are now both in the Gordon Ramsay Foxiverse.
Yes.
So it's like the origin stories of that on that season. Are you two friendly now?
We are. I don't see them often, but I mean, we've always been. Yeah, I mean, we've had dinner a few times and been able to reconnect. We haven't really reconnected under like the Fox world very much.
Yeah.
Yet. And also Carla's doing Next Level Bakery.
Right. Yeah.
With Gordon as well. So it's funny to see us all, and Naisha.
Yeah.
So it's great to see us all kind of doing our thing and moving up to different levels and enjoying this side of the map.
Yeah, it's funny. That's what we were asking before you got on, because we were like, do you guys like have this kind of like interaction?
How much do these shows overlap and everything? Like in our minds, yeah. We're like, are they all hanging out or whatever?
You clock into work together and like.
I wish it was that way. That would be fun.
Well, that's okay. So you hear her first, Fox. You gotta like get it on.
Okay, so you made a few TV appearances after Top Chef 8, but then you came into the Food Network scene with a bang in 2022, both on TOC3, and you were announced as one of Bobby's Titans on Triple Threat. That was the rare Guy/Bobby crossover. Usually they kind of keep separate. Which came first? Were you invited on TOC or did you become a Titan?
TOC was first. Yeah, TOC was like the first thing I've done after almost 9-10 years of not doing competition. Yeah. I had been doing bar rescue for years, but I hadn't done anything in the competition realm for a while. And I was like, oh my God, what have I put myself into? It was so exhilarating. I remember my first one, I think, was against Tim. I forgot Tim's last name. But anyway, it was fun. It was great. I was considered the underdog in that, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, that's really one of the hardest competitions to just like jump back into after 10 years of like
no
not
warm up, no practice.
Exactly.
It was, let's just show up and do what you do. But the thing for me is I actually still cook in my kitchen. So in my restaurants, I'm on the line. I am not one of those that are just on like outside expo. I cook often. I cook daily if I'm in the restaurant. So I think that kept me sharp, and I had opened quite a few at that time too. So it was good because it was just like I was just cooking at the restaurant.
So you were on TOC3 and TOC4. And both times, so on TOC3, you won the first round, then lost to Michael Voltaggio, your fellow Titan. Yep. And then in TOC4, you won the first round and lost to Mei Lin, who went on to win it all. Would you do TOC again?
I won't say never, but probably not. I'll come judging.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it seems, why, so do you just, is it too intense or just?
No, at some point it's like, why am I doing it?
Yeah.
And I think about that with many things. Is it for me? Is it for them? Is it for me? Is it for the fans? Like, why am I doing it? And what am I trying to prove by doing? Is it just a fun time? And so, I don't know why I would right now. I know why everyone else is doing it. And why would I be doing it? I'm not sure.
You don't have,
you have your boundaries for yourself. Yeah. That's great.
And I really don't like, I told y'all, I don't really like being in that group, living in a house. Like, Like I would never do Top Chef. Like, they're called probably 5 or 6 times. Love everyone there, but like, what does that give me? And why am I going back in a house and like doing all like that? Just doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Wait, they tried to make you go back for another All-Star?
Oh, at least 5 times.
Whoa!
Wow.
We would love to see it, but I understand. It's like I've done it twice. I'm good.
I'm really good.
So how did you get approached to be a Titan on Triple Threat?
Oh, good story. I'm cooking in the kitchen as I'm always doing. Bobby Flay walks through the door.
No.
I didn't even know he was there. And I'm like, how y'all didn't know that was Bobby? But anyway, different story. And all of a sudden there's a ticket that has like literally almost everything that is on the menu. And I'm like, it's only 2 people. And so I'm coursing it out and I'm sending things out and it's under a different name and blah, blah, blah. And so halfway through cooking, I come around because I'm in the kitchen and inside. And then I come outside Expo because they were getting crazy with tickets and I was help organizing. And someone comes behind and goes, "Chef." I turn around, it's Bobby Flay.
Wild.
Like, "Chef, what are you doing here?" And he was like, "I just came to the restaurant to eat the food." And I was like, "Oh my God." He's like, "When you finish, can you come sit and talk with me?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I wrapped up a little bit. They were good enough. And I went inside. He was asking all the questions. He was like, "Your food is so interesting. It's so different. It's bold. It's kind of like how I like to eat. It's how I like to cook." And he's like, "But then you do these." He's like, "To say it's Southern," he's like, "I can't say it's Southern. Like, it feels global, but it's like, I know you're saying Southern." I'm like, "Well, it is still Southern." And so that was like the start. Again, I didn't even know he was doing a show. All I knew was he came and ate. The next day, I got a call about Triple Threat and to be a Titan.
I am shocked that he is that hands-on involved. Like I would imagine that he would not be at this point, and I respect that he came and is
very hands-on. Any project he does, he is very hands-on. Yeah. I found out he flew in that day and flew out that night.
Wow!
Only to come eat at the restaurant.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I am so curious who else was on that list that didn't get the call.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Triple Threat to me looks like the hardest job. How was it filming that show?
It was stressful, but it was also exhilarating because it was the first time in my life that I feel like I had a team. Like we became extremely close. All 3 of us, like from season 1 to 4, it was definitely a feeling of being a part of something. We weren't just filming a show. We were doing events. We were doing Super Bowl together. We were all like, we were truly Bobby's Titans, and he took us to places. We did things together. It was a very different feeling than any time I had done anything up to the end. So it was great. It was really fun.
Are you still close with Brooke and Michael?
I am, yeah. So Michael has come to Chef Food and Wine every year. Brooke, I just saw her and Bobby in Aspen. And so super. Like, love them all. Truly, love them all. It was a hard decision, to make of like, what do you do with your life? You're in a comfortable situation. Getting the call to do MasterChef, it wasn't like I was trying out for something. It seems to be the story of my life. I get a call, and next thing you know, and I went on. The first time I guest judged on MasterChef, I kid you not. I told my fiance at the time. I called home and I said, "This is the show that I want to do."
Oh,
no joke. Nothing. Like I was like, this is an excellent and fun show. Like I could see myself doing it. And that was years before. And so then coming back, doing it again. It's just, Gordon is just an elite. Like he is the guy that is not just a chef. So like saying chef is not doing him any justice. And trust me, I've worked with a lot of great chefs. I mean, having Bobby, it opened my eyes up to so many things, thinking beyond like chef. But having Gordon opened my eyes up to where I dream big. I think big now. I'm like, if he can do it, and knowing his story, I truly believe I can. And it's crazy because I'm listening to young people say the same thing about me, right? And I'm experiencing that with others. And so just how he runs production, how things are together, how he works on 50 projects at one time. And I thought it like all my people say I'm one of the hardest working. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, So now I'm like, what else I got to do? Let's figure this out. Let's multitask this. So yeah, so it's been good for me.
Wow.
That's great.
I mean, there's a reason that like he's like I think one of the most famous chefs in the world, right? It's just like people, yeah.
And also like he's so professional and turns it on, but like he's still who he is. Like you're on camera with him and you don't realize the camera has started rolling because he's just talking and having a good time, but he's still on task. And I've learned how to find like my authentic voice because I feel like on other shows you're kind of like told, all right, these are your lines, or this is what you're going to do. And I Great American Recipe, loved Great American Recipe, but they were very strict on this is what we say because we're trying to line up the show to tell the story. But it wasn't always in the way I would have said it. For MasterChef, it's like, this is the direction of the show. Get out, say what you want to say, have fun, joke around, it's great. Yeah, I feel like it's a perfect role for me because I get to really enjoy being with Gordon, being with Joe, like the camaraderie. Joe and I, they often say we're like brother and sisters on there because we will fight it out, and then ride home together. It's like we both stay at the same hotel, so it's nice. So we get a chance to really, really talk and hang out, go have a drink, and just all the things. It's very different.
We interviewed Stephanie Embry, the winner of Next Level Baker season 1, and she was saying how supportive Gordon is, and like I've like seen that on like that he's just like continuing to support her, and like he doesn't have to do that, and like that's really cool to see. And do you feel like that he's just like really cares about like your career and future also?
I do. I think that, the success of MasterChef has been the amazing production team that is behind the engine, but also Gordon and Joe and all of the wonderful Aaron, all of the people who have put in the time to make the show what it has been. And I think you're almost rooting for each other. Like you want each other to do well. Gordon shows up, he supports, he sends the messages. Like that's just who he is. And I think setting that precedence for the show is what makes it continue to be one of the top shows in the country.
So can I switch gears for 1 second? You also hosted,
do what you want to do.
You also hosted 2 seasons of Worst Cooks in America, and you won both your seasons. I don't know if you know this, but I am the winner of season 1 of Worst Cooks in America a long time ago, so it's very meaningful to me. I was on Chef's and team season 1. Did you like hosting Worst Cooks in America?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved every moment. Me and Ann Burrell. Oh my God. I had the time of my life. You hear me? I think I laughed more than I did anything else. Like I couldn't believe that it was that bad. And I just couldn't believe the sincerity of people when they would ask questions. Like there were real questions that I just couldn't believe it was real unless I was there, like struggling with the can opener. Like I'm thinking we're gonna struggle with how to cook this steak. Like, how to do you're struggling with very simple things that I just was not ready to process. I had a good time though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Ann. I also enjoyed Jeff. Jeff's just very different from Ann in terms of energy. he's like a jokester, and I'm very serious about the food and what they're learning and putting them on a schedule and like all this. So it's like a little bit of intense on my side, very relaxed on Jeff's side. And when it was Ann and I, we were both like intense, and we were actually trying to make sure, you know, she wanted to win, I wanted to win, and
right.
When we watched your season, the first season you did with Anne, like I felt like your cooking demos, like you can tell that you like understand how to teach people how to cook.
Yeah.
Which like as someone who was on Worst Cooks, like I can say I literally learned how to cook from Anne Burrell, you know, and it's like I feel like that's a different skill, and like that's part of like the skill you're using on MasterChef too. It's like a little bit I mean, even though they're not the worst cooks, obviously.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, I am a teacher at heart, so that's what Ann and I both shared. And she from the very first time she saw me do my demo, she was like, "Oh, you're a teacher. Like you're explaining it." And I've always kind of been that person, even in the restaurants. Like I am the mentor that makes sure that everyone is doing what they need to be doing, how they're doing it, making sure they understand the why, the timing. Like I would go through all of it. And I would, how many times, you know, I'll do it again. Where are you? You know, write your notes. Notebooks are very important for me. And so I've always been that person though.
And also, like, with your acting and your church background, like, you can tell that you say things clearly, succinctly, like, you know how to, like, talk to people in a way that they'll understand. And that's really important, too. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. I've been in management since I was 16 years old.
Wow. Yeah. So there you go. I mean, that helps too.
So you were managing the IHOP that you were?
I was, yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Good on you.
They didn't want me in the kitchen, so all of a sudden, then I became a manager, which is great.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, this is one random question. When the news announced that you were leaving Triple Threat, did you get a lot of weird DMs from people?
I don't know if I would say weird, but I feel like I got a lot of sadness. It was a lot of not understanding. There was, am I getting kicked off? And then it was like, you're not good enough, right? That's why they're letting you go. Even though the record, I'm like, my record and go back there, but okay. But when you're dealing with crazy people, don't think. And at the time, MasterChef wasn't announced yet, so we had a longer period of not saying anything, and I just left it as that. I didn't explain anything more outside of I enjoyed my time. And so I just actually had a lot of sadness, and people who just did not understand why I would leave.
Well,
I mean, sorry.
But since you couldn't say, I remember there was a lot of conspiracy theories going around. And also it was the exact same time that Brooke and Bobby announced their relationship. And it was like
a little after. And it was like, oh, that's why she's leaving. You're like, I'm expecting to do. I've been seeing things, but no, I ain't got nothing to do with this.
I mean, I remember Rachel and I talking about this on over either it was offline or on the podcast or whatever, but we were like, there's no way that Tiffany's not going on to something greater. That's the only reason why she would leave. It's
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and a little thing that we always talk about is that, so when I watch Triple Threat, which I love, I'm always rooting for the challenger, right? Just because it's you want the underdog to win.
Sometimes I did too, and I was going against them.
But Debbie and I, we would always be rooting against Brooke and Michael and for you. Which I love watching Brooke and Michael. I'm big fans, but it's like we've said that before on the pod. We could not ever root against Tiffany Derry. Just FYI.
I would do a competition. I would be like, okay, I just want to win mine, but I want the person to do really well. And that's always my thing. It's like, I'm supposed to be against them. And yet I'm like, what's your sauce? watch your, and then like, Tiffany. I'm like, I'm sorry, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, did you have any incentive to win? Like, is there anything in the contract? No? Okay.
No, just normal. Like, I mean, we just compete. There was no issues if you won or you didn't. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wanted to.
I always said, he's like, look, I remember one thing you taught me early on. He goes, don't be afraid to lose. He's like, losing, you have nothing to like lose. Like you are the person that they want to be on the show. Like everybody wants to be in your position at that moment. Like you have nothing to lose. He's like, it's healthy to lose a few. Like he was like, whether you agree or don't agree, you know, you may feel differently, but it's good. And so don't ever worry about, like, he's like, I will never let you guys go because you lost a certain amount. No, I don't care about that. Like go out, have fun, you know, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a very boring show if the challengers never won. That would not be a good show.
I mean, we wouldn't have a problem with it, but
and then one more MasterChef question. What impresses you the most about people when they're on MasterChef?
I love it that they're home cooks. I love the like authenticity of like where they're from and how that shows up on a plate. I've really had very interesting, delicious food that like, you know, I'm not as familiar with. Like, I think that's kind of cool too, to judge food that you're not as familiar with. It's not hard to judge it because criteria is still the same. You know, the technique, the flavor, the seasoning, you may not, you know, ingredients we understand, but is it delicious? Like, do you want to eat it again? You know what I mean? Which one do you want to eat again? And so, but I think it's so cool, especially like some of like the Moroccan flavors. You know, we've had all kinds of cuisine, and I think that's like amazing to showcase the diversity of the U.S. and like the foods and the things that we do. So for me, it's like exploring, you know, their culture and understanding who they are and watching them transform that, because how they start is not how they finish, right? And so things become more technical as we're judging and as we're going, it gets harder toward the end. And you can see the pressure that starts to get to them, especially after being gone now for the amount of time that they're gone, you know? And so it's one thing when they first get there, they all got all the energy, but now back to back of weeks of cooking and getting up and having the energy and like, you know, doing it, it's different.
Yeah, and not being able to speak to your family as much and whatever.
Yeah, you're missing your children. Some of these have young children. They're missing that. They don't have the life that they've had. And it's stressful. 1 week you're on top, the next week you're on the bottom. Like, I get it.
Yeah. Is it hard to eliminate people?
It depends. There are times I have no emotion about it. I'm like, girl, bye. You messed that up, man. You really messed that up. But then there are other times, I think for me, it's probably once and all of us, we all have it. It's where we've now been with them for a period of time, and now we've gotten to know them outside of their cooking. And now that's when you start to have a problem because you have an emotional connection, you know? So now you're like, oh, I've had moments where I'm almost holding back tears, and I'd be so happy that camera don't catch me sometimes. I am like, no. And it's hard. You give them that hug and you feel all of their emotions, and you know they know they messed up. So we're not telling them anything they didn't already know. They know most of the time. But you know, it's still kind of sad because, you know, for me, I know what that feels like, and I don't want to put that on someone else, but it's also my job. And so I have to make sure that we stay honest. So the person who's going home is the right person that needed to go home, who cooked the worst dish. And so I'm always very truthful to that, because I know there are shows where you don't know if people are being truthful or not. You know, you're like, was it, you know, or is this a game, or like, how is it going? And I believe that the worst dish should go home, because if it's a competition, we judge week by week, not what they did 3 weeks ago, week by week. The plate that we're tasting right now, that's the one. So
switch gears a little bit. You were recently married, as we discussed. How was your wedding?
It was beautiful.
You looked gorgeous.
It was beautiful. It was in Cabo, and I wanted to plan something that we meaning me, have to do too much work because I also had to be wedding planner as well. I mean, I guess I didn't have to, but I just felt like it's a property that I go to every year. I do 4th of July celebration with them. And last year, about 20 friends and family came. And so this year, my fiance was like, oh, why don't we just do it there? And I was like, I don't want to be working and then get married. And yeah. Like, okay. And then I thought about it a bit more and we ended up doing it. And the hotel group did a great job of getting everything. The chef, he's one of my dear friends. And so he had all the foods I loved. I didn't worry about food at all. I never went in the kitchen. It was amazing. It almost felt like a little festival because there was so much food. We got married on the beach. It was the coolest day out of all the days we had. That's
really nice, actually.
I was like, Lord, please give us maybe a little overcast. Give us standing on the sand. It was so much fun though. So many friends and family. It was great.
So you've been together with your partner for 8 years?
Mm-hmm. 8
oh my
years.
Gosh. And is he in the industry at all?
Absolutely not.
Good.
No. What does he do?
He does project management. So he actually has a more flexible schedule because he gets to work from home too, and he gets to be able to, go do things like go golfing at 12 o'clock or 8 in the morning, or
that sounds nice.
The life I don't have. Mine is very scheduled, very scheduled, and I know where I'll be, what time, all the things. I feel like everyone just adds to the calendar nowadays. I'm like, I had to tell my assistants the other day, I go, I have to eat lunch, right? Like, you pack it that far, I can't even get a bite to eat. Like, I need lunch. And so now we have a lunch period.
Good. I'm glad. Because I don't know if there was a show on HBO called The Other Two, and there was this joke. It was, the Molly Shannon plays like a daytime talk show host, and like the only nap she had was like leaving in the limo from the studio, and then like because she had to sign so many autographs, she had to like swing the car right back around, and she had like the 5-minute nap back to the studio. Like,
wow. The Other
So
Two, I'm gonna have to go watch it.
It's a very so funny. It's like makes fun of like influencer culture and stuff. It's really, really funny.
Yeah.
So is married life any different than life before you got married?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
There is a feeling in my heart that it is very much, like, oh my God, we're married. But I mean, I feel like a lot of life was already combined before we got married, but we definitely love it all. Yeah, it's been good.
Okay, so speaking of the schedule, we have to wrap up, but we end every episode asking people what they are going to have for dinner tonight. I don't know if you know that, but if you could, you can guess.
We're eating tonight. Girl, I suppose I got a schedule. Wait a minute. This work. This is planned out, Rachel. You are not understanding. We're having sushi tonight at one of our restaurants. It's a little bit of a later night because I'm in the restaurant tonight a bit. And then I scheduled for he and I to have a little date night.
That's so great.
What's your sushi order, your go-to?
Nigiri, toro, uni, and then like 2 hand rolls. But yeah.
Okay, so I know that we have to let you go. Can you just tell us quickly where we should follow you and find you?
Yes, make sure you guys are following me on Instagram as MasterChef TD, and that was before MasterChef, so it's supposed to be. Obviously, go to my website, TiffanyDerryConcepts.com, but I really hope that you guys come check out the restaurants in Dallas, or I have one in Austin as well, but come check us out.
We will link to all of that on the show notes.
And we have to come to Texas. There's so many, Dallas, Houston, like we have so many restaurants and people that we want to see. And so
we want to.
We'll do it. We're going to do a trip. Yeah, of course.
We'll do a live broadcast from mine.
Would love to. Okay, so Debbie and I will do our outro after we let you
can
go.
run. Yeah, if you don't want to.
But thank you so much.
Thank you.
A dream. We love you.
You are incredible.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you so much. And have a fantastic day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Debbie, that was awesome. I love Tiffany.
Yeah.
As we know, she's busy, so she had to run. But do you want to tell me what you're going to have for dinner tonight on the Jersey Shore?
Oh, so we go crabbing usually. So I'm assuming that we're just going to have a crab boil tonight. My sister is one of the people who taught me how to cook, and she always makes like a million things. So, whatever she's deciding on. What about you?
Delicious. So we have these collard greens Spencer got from the monks of this Buddhist temple, and he's going to make the collard greens, like stew them like traditional collard greens, and then I am going to fry some farmers market hake that we got, and we're gonna do some like fish and greens, and we're either gonna have it with rice or grits. We're not sure yet.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good.
I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier when we were talking to Tiffany, but I do eat a lot more grits than that's like probably the starch that I eat.
I didn't know you guys make that a lot.
Well, I make it. John is not like, even though he's Southern, he's like, he doesn't eat, like I like to like just have it for like snacks and stuff.
Okay, well,
yeah,
sounds good. Okay, so let's wrap up. Everyone, please follow us on Instagram at Moms of Flavortown. Please subscribe to the podcast. Please leave us a 5-star review and a rating.
Send me hate mail.
Mean to say, send it to Debbie. Hate mail. And other than that, we'll be back next week. Send us money at Buy Me a Coffee, and it's time for us to. Go for the protein. Goodbye.
Good night.
Moms of Flavortown. Moms of Flavortown. Go for the protein and PYKAG. Ooh, yeah. Moms of Flavortown. Unicorn.